All right. This video is entitled "Investing in the United States If You're a Foreigner." I just wanted to do a series for that because we're actually a country of immigrants. So there's a lot of people from all over the place that are coming to the United States. And why come here? Is it because of the American dream? The education system. I know personally for me, I came, it was education, and then I stayed here, because of opportunities. So if you are, a foreigner, you're thinking about, coming to the United States, and you would like to know more or less, okay, what are the advantages when it comes to taxes? This is just gonna give brush couple of important information that you should know about. First of all, what is the advantage of coming to the U.S.? The marketplace. We have a good economy here. Like every economy it has its ups and it has its down, but overall, it's a good economy. New York is like the main financial place, in the world. A steady growth. I think we for the past 50 years we witnessed, a steady growth, in the United States. Technology. I think we're at the forefront of technology. A lot of company in Silicon Valley are very technology oriented, and that makes it more, I would say, attractive to come to the United States. You look at company like Apple, Google, or even Tesla, right? They're all technology company here in the U.S. And then also a steady political system. We just witnessed a change of power from the Democrat to the Republican. And although, it was crazy with those debates and everything like that, but, it actually kind of runs smoothly. And it's because we do have a system, we do have some laws in place that, helps that, about that stability, economic stability. And I know coming from a foreign country, like, that political stability can play a major role, into the country, into bringing more people into the country. So that steady political system, I think we do have that in the United States. Now, when it comes to taxes, I think the starting point is there is a treaty with different type of country, and you need to be aware of what is the treaty between the United States and your country, more or less. I think that's gonna start dictating the relationship when it comes to taxes, and then you investing into the US. I'll give you an example. Somebody from Europe, right, is gonna have a different treaty from somebody from Venezuela, for instance, right? It all depends on what type of country that you're coming from. So the number one thing is to find out exactly what is the treaty when it comes to your country and the United States. So that's definitely your starting point. The other thing that we have to keep in mind is the tax law actually gives advantage for education. There's a lot of, like I said, I'm an example of student that came here, for education and then stay. There's a lot of tax advantages, when you're coming as a foreigner, in terms of, starting to study here. And then even more so, if you're a teacher, you have some special skills. There are some tax advantages as well when you come to the U.S. I think like for the first or the second year, you have some exemption when it comes to your taxes on the amount of money that you earn. I don't want to be specific, but if you're a professor, you're a teacher, there are some tax advantages for you coming to the U.S. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, another thing to actually to mention, sometimes we have some state and then some government incentive, right? And then what it is in one of the rules, if you're bringing some substantial capital into the country, sometimes there are some area that needs to be created there. And then if you're bringing capital, they really facilitate the process for you. And I think that's one of the reason a lot of people are coming and investing into the US, not only because of all the advantages that I mentioned before, technology, stability of economics, so on and so forth, but for instance, if they want to develop an area, a job in an area, somebody investing $500,000 For instance, you can not only get the process about getting a green card, and a lot of people do that. So that's one of the advantages that you should be aware of. It's like, okay, if you're, I would say, like a minimum of 500,000 and then up, and then in that state or that county or in that city, they're looking to develop that, there will be some tax advantages, for that. So that being said, I think it's a it's very good to invest into the United States. There's a lot of things going that's good here in the US, but you want to be, your starting point is to know exactly what is the treaty with your country, because each country has a different treaty, more or less. So you need to find out what is that relationship, because that's gonna more or less dictate, how the taxes, or how taxes affect you. So in general, that's pretty much what it is. If you're a foreigner, and then you're trying to invest in the U.S., stability. If you're bringing income, if you're bringing your talent as a teacher, definitely the U.S. is a good place for you to come.